Everyone, hey, Nate here, Outside Cleaners, Cape Cod, Massachusetts. In my last video, I walked you through the process that I suggest you go through in order to figure out what you need to charge for your exterior cleaning services. Again, that was focused on, the small operation, the mom and pop shop, the sole proprietor. And again, that was to figure out what you need to charge for your exterior cleaning services. But what if you're in a situation or a market where what you need to charge, let's say it's down here, is less than what you can charge and still get plenty of work? That happens, and that's a great situation. To be clear, I'm not at all a fan of gouging people, but I'm also not at all a fan of working for less than we need to, right? I don't want to look back and realize, God, I left so much money on the table for those years of hard work. That will be a lousy feeling. Here's what I do to figure out, what I can charge if it seems like it's more than what I need to charge. I keep close track of the work proposals that I send out. And of course, there's different types. Some are to clean a red cedar roof. Some are to clean plastic decking and everything in between. I keep close track of the work proposals I send out. And over time, look, if there's a type of job where I'm getting 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 work proposals are turning into a job, I don't know. You could say, yeah, your price is good. Or you could say, you don't know if you're doing that for much less than the market will bear. If everyone's hiring you, maybe I'm just giving it away. So, yeah, if I'm noticing I'm getting all the jobs of a certain type that I offer, I'll start raising my rates a little, add 10%. Let's look at the other extreme. Let's say there's a type of job where I'm getting 1 out of 10 or none out of 10. I mean, that's clear evidence that the market, my local market, or the people I'm interacting with, they're saying, thanks, but no thanks. And maybe they are hiring someone else, or maybe they're just deciding that that price isn't worth it for that work. And whichever it is, it doesn't matter to me. What matters is I'm charging too much for getting that done, or too much to get that type of work. So personally, I feel like if I'm, if most of my work proposals are turning into jobs for me, then that tells me that most people think it's a fair value proposition. And I don't need it to be 90%. It could be 60%. That's fine. But again, most people think, oh yeah, okay, that's worth it. It's worth doing, and it's worth paying. So I've, in the last several years, I've raised my rates several times because I've noticed that, yeah, for periods of time, I was getting, like, the vast majority of my work proposals were turning into jobs, to the point where I just had to say, like, wait, I think I'm giving it away here, and I don't need to. There is an argument that says, hey, even if you're getting 1 out of 10 work proposals, that's okay. If 1 out of 10 proposals are turning into jobs, that's fine. Just keep cranking your rates, and what you do is put out a zillion work proposals, and you just figure, okay, 5 or 10% will hit, and those will be, huge money jobs. I'm not a fan of that. To me, that just feels like sort of just spinning the roulette wheel and seeing what comes of it. I don't think look, I guess I can't say it's unethical. If somebody's paying it, then somebody thinks that it's worth it. But I'm my own salesman. I don't want to go do 1,000 work proposals just to get 90 or 100 jobs. I don't want to waste that much of my time. Honestly, I don't want to waste that much of my prospective customers' time. I want to give a work proposal that I think is a fair price based on the fact that, hey, most people in my market will hire me at this price. And yeah, you know, the going rate for things, it varies with a couple factors. It varies with season. You know, if you want your deck cleaned in October, I can do that at I can do the same job at a better price in October than I can in May, because in May I'm getting 25 calls a day to do that, and it's like a game of musical chairs, and people are scrambling and they're in more of a rush and there's more urgency, and they'll just pay more in May to have a clean deck going into the summer season than they will to have their deck cleaned in October when maybe no one's even around using the place. Other factors that affect pricing locally are, like, if I'm cleaning a house that's right on the waterfront in Harwichport, that's a harder job than if I'm cleaning the same house in the middle of Brewster surrounded by woods and trees, because right on the water in Harwichport, first of all, the houses are probably like 10 feet away from each other, and you're much more affected with the wind. So I have to do that type of job on a perfect weather day, where the same job in Brewster, I don't have to worry so much about the weather and so much about overspray, or, you know, getting my rinsing water gusting onto the neighbor's house and dirtying their windows here in Harwichport. So there's a lot of factors that go into what makes a job cost what it does, and what makes a fair price for that particular job. Timing, location, even the year, you know, a better economy year or a worse economy year, there is fluctuations. All that, it matters. But bottom line is, if I'm getting most of my work proposals are turning into jobs for me, then I can look anyone in the eye and say, hey, look, this isn't for everyone, and it's okay if it's not for you, but be aware that most people in this area who receive this proposal think that it's fair. That just seems fair and decent to me. Okay. All right. Hope that helped. Good luck. Bye.